let Dad narrate.
Hello from the Hashknife.
Oops.
Oops.
Hopefully not a bad oops.
We've been here before.
We've been here before.
So, had a, believe it or not, a mattress delivery truck. The irony of that, a soft place to lay, spooked my horse. And he took about, 10, 12 jumps. Pretty good ones, actually. He wasn't kicking up high, but he was sure catching some air. And I was riding him pretty good, but it was right next to a fence line. And we went for probably, oh my goodness, a good 75 yards kind of forward with him doing this. And I was doing a pretty good job. And
of course there's no film on it.
There's no film on it. That's no proof, yeah. So, I did come off, landed on my hip, knocked the wind out of me, and kind of put a little crease in my hat. That bothered me worse than anything right away. But I got up and went to get my horse, and man, I couldn't hardly take a step. It really hurt really well. So I got a hold of him, went and got him. He ran off to a bunch of other horses, so I had to go chase him down. And the chase was kind of slow because I'm not moving fast. And then walked him home because I couldn't get up in the saddle. You gotta try, because who in hell wants to walk? But that didn't work out. So my lovely wife, during her lunch hour, texts and says, "Hey, how's it going?"
Wrong.
So I told her what had happened, and I can hardly walk. So I know I got probably a bruised rib, maybe a cracked rib. That's not a big deal. That just slows you up. But that kind of that pelvis thing really kind of is a little bit worrisome. So she shows up and says,
we should get it checked out.
I say, let's just lay here for a day or two and see what I can do.
Let the swelling begin.
Yeah. But I took a 500 milligrams of acetaminophen, which usually helps take the edge off, and that hasn't taken much of an edge off. So here we go, trip to town. We'll let you know how it goes.
So we just discovered.
Discussed.
And discussed.
We've done this before.
At this time of year. 1 day off. 9 years ago. I don't like this pattern, Brandon.
I had a good run, honey.
Stop doing this.
9 years without going to the ER, that ain't bad.
Yeah, but you should have that one time.
Yeah, that one was a good one.
Yeah. That wasn't long ago.
Yeah, that was a shoulder blade busted in 3 pieces.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
17 pieces in the collarbone. Too many ribs to count that were shattered, looked like shattered tempered glass. Punctured lung. And that was about it. That was a little bit of a recovery. A couple surgeries later, plate in, plate out. Heck, I was ready to go. Yeah, I was ready to back.
Almost
9 years.
The $1 million man. We just haven't hit the $1 million mark yet.
Yeah, that $1 million needs to be income, not outgo.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, one more day and that's 9 years ago. So I think it's the fall allergies myself.
I think it's the fall allergies too.
Yeah. The good news is no broken bones. I got the pelvis of an ox, ribs of, glass.
Yeah.
I've had that. Doc did say that he's seen a lot of trauma on some of the bones.
On the x-rays.
On the x-rays.
Imagine that.
Old trauma. Well, we knew that.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're
It's
breaking
good.
me out of here. No obvious something broken. Just some pulled, stretched ligaments and muscles.
You can deal with that.
I think he told me I'd feel worse tomorrow, and
Then the next day.
the next day even worse, and then start to get better. But we got to hurry because we got to
Get out of here before they decide they found something.
Yeah, that and I need to heal up so we can ship calves next week.
Yes.
Anyway, not a bad way to end it. So as it turns out, I get to go to Dairy Queen and I get a little bitty blizzard. Little Sunday.
It's not a bitty one.
We should do this every day. No.
This is your reward for not having brakes.
Yay. Now if I could just walk. Okay. We're going to see about climbing in this, because the world don't revolve around me as much as I'd like to think it does. I got hay coming today, so I got to be able to get in this thing and get some hay unloaded. We'll see how this works. That feels good. Broken rib on this side, pelvis in the front. I didn't realize those two things were connected. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to do this. Okay. I had to just test this before the truck driver gets here, so I don't have to rig something up, hoist myself up here. I think this will work. This first step's a booger. Yeah. There we go. Easy.
Hey there, folks. It's Calen. I hope you really enjoyed the short video there. It was a little bit of humor in there because of Dad's situation, but I want to share first. Let's start with humor. Yeah, it was funny. I did enjoy it. It wasn't funny necessarily when I first got the information, because it was much like that call 9 years ago where my mother says, "Hey, your dad's in the hospital." Okay, thanks, Mom. Want to give me some more information? When I was in college, I got a couple texts. They were like really quick, rapid texts, which when it comes to my mom, that's not uncommon. What's uncommon is the immediate follow-up call. Okay. It was in the middle of the morning, which is uncommon also. So when I got that, I knew immediately I needed to answer. And it resulted in what ended up being a couple surgeries for Dad and a serious case of recovery. Thankfully, I was near home, so was Braden, and we were able to kind of help Dad out a little bit. As now, you fast forward that decade, I am 1,500 miles away. Braden is fighting fires. It's just Mom and Dad. It's a little more difficult, but this case was a little better. And of course, this particular case, Mom goes and says, "Hey, we're at the hospital," or specifically the ER, but doesn't give follow-up information like, "Hey, Mom, you want to share so I know what's going on?" But yeah, that's kind of the humor part. But the thing that I really wanted to share here, and I got a couple quick notes. You heard Dad say he was riding the horse for 75 yards, thereabout, approximately, next to a fence line. This business, even though we enjoy it, it's part of our livelihood and something we truly enjoy, it's also very sobering. In that 75 yards next to a fence line, he could have never walked away. Something like that, he could have gotten thrown onto a fence post and frankly skewered himself and bled to death or something. You never know. Things happen. Maybe even the horse gets on top of a fence post and it kills itself. Things can happen. So it's something to understand. Yeah, it's funny now on the back end because everything worked out, but it's a sobering fact that, sometimes these things don't work out, and it's something that is always there, and it's always a constant. My brother has had horses go backwards on him. I've had multiple horses go backwards on me, and you see that saddle horn coming at you, and it's a little bit concerning, to say the least. But again, we want to provide humor, but there's also this educational aspect that we try to really provide to everybody. And the other thing too is, Dad jokes a little bit about, "Oh, I got up and couldn't really walk." Two of the toughest people that I know that are currently alive are my brother and my father. And when they don't say a lot, it means a lot. So when he stops and pauses and goes, "Ooh, this may not be good," something's wrong. So those are things that really, again, sobering is the word. But with that, hey, honestly, we really appreciate everybody sharing or enjoying what we share. We hope it's a little bit educational, also humorous at times. But if you haven't liked, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in more episodes.